Welcome to Aspen Yoga. My name is Stacy. Today's beginning yoga session, we are going to work on poses that are going to release our hips and our lower back. Our hips and our lower back hold a lot of tension. So the poses that we are going to do today, all on the floor, are going to help release some of that tension in the hips and the lower back. We are going to take our time, be very mindful in our stretches, hold our poses a little bit longer. What you're going to need is your yoga mat and a blanket. Any blanket will do. So go ahead and grab everything that you need. Meet me back on the mat for the great release, where we release the tension of our hips and our lower back. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and start in child's pose. So you can put your blanket to the side. We're going to start at one end of the mat, and we're going to start in child's pose. So when we come into child's pose, I want you to bring your knees as wide as your mat, kissing those big toes. I want you to walk your hands out. So as we walk our hands out in front, I want you to drop your forehead to the floor. Just take some nice deep breaths here. With each exhale, you allow yourself to sink a little bit deeper into those heels, although you do not need to worry about getting your glutes to touch your heels. Wherever you are is perfect. So settling in here. Nice deep breaths. Good. Let's go ahead and walk your hands. We'll put a little movement here. Walk your hands towards me and sink into the floor. So we're still in this child's pose. Forehead to the floor. Your hands are towards me, getting a nice stretch through the opposite side of the body. Good. Let's walk around to the other side. So walk those arms around. Bring that opposite arm so you're stretching away from me. And sink here into this stretch. Get a nice stretch through the outside of the body. Good. Let's come back to the center, sinking in forward. Pressing yourself up onto your hands and knees. So we're coming into a quadruped. So you're on your hands and your knees. You can come onto your knuckles if you like. A nice flat back to start. Coming into cat. So I want you to round your back, tuck your chin for cat. Looking up, put a sway in the back for cow. Good. Coming up into cat. And cow. Nice and slow, work your way through your spine. Going at your comfort level here. Good. Let's do a couple more. Good. Last one with our cat and cow. Good. Come back to that neutral spine, shall we say. And I want you to bring your hips to me and then your hips away. So we're just shifting those hips back and forth, getting a nice stretch through the outside of the hip. One more each side. And if you find, as you come back to the center, we're going to stay on our knees for a bit. So if you want to take your blanket and just give yourself a little bit of padding on your knees, you can absolutely do that. Just gives a little bit of comfort so you can focus on your pose. We're going to come into spinal balance. So I want you to extend your right arm and your left leg. And as you do that, I want you to bring your elbow and your knee in to meet and extend. So nice and fluid, in and out. Good. Inhale as you come in. Exhale as you stretch through the fingers and the toes. Good. In and stretch. 2 more. In and reach. Last one. In and reach. Good. Bring the hand and the knee down. Switching sides. So find your balance. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Pull it in and reach it out. Good. In and out. Just nice and fluid through the hips. Good. 2 more. 1 and out. Last time, in and out. Good. Bringing the hand and the knee down. Let's take a little release and stretch back into child's pose. Couple of deep breaths here. Good. Coming up. I want you to go ahead and sit on your heels. And you can sit on your blanket on your heels if you like. I'm going to turn towards you. So I want you to sit on your heels. Now, if this is not comfortable to sit here, go ahead and come down into a cross-legged pose. Sitting here, let's take a deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, arms reaching up. Exhale, twisting to one side. Opposite hand comes to the outside of the thigh. Other hand reaches back. Inhaling up. Exhale, drop the shoulders as you twist back. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Good. This is our last one, up tall. And exhale, twist. Good. Inhaling up. Exhale, open and down. Good. Coming back up onto your knees. We're going to come into a low lunge. So let's have the knee that is closest to me come up. So we're in this nice lunge. You can see those nice 90 degrees at my front knee, 90 degrees at the back. Inhaling up tall. Exhale, I just want you to stay tall here. If you need to interlace your fingers together, I want that belly button to come forward, keeping the tall spine. So we're stretching through the hip flexor of the knee that is down, so the front of that leg, keeping the chest open. Good. Bring those arms down. Inhale up for just a little bit of movement. Exhaling down. So we're just rocking forward and back. Good. Up and back. Let's do 2 more. Up and back. Last one. Up and back. This time you're going to twist to me. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. So you're going to open the chest. Opposite hand reaches to that knee. Nice. Sweep it up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Drop and twist. Opening the chest. Good. Inhaling up. Exhale, hands come down. Drop the heel of that front leg. And I want you just to hinge forward. We are not looking to touch the floor. We are not looking to keep the chest into the thigh. We're looking for a nice straight back. Hand above the knee and below the knee. Never on the knee joint itself. Keep those toes pulled towards you to get everything along the backside. Now we can't have comfortable hips and back with tight hamstrings. So let's keep this right here. Couple more breaths. Good. Go ahead and come up. And we're going to switch sides. I'm just going to turn around so I can always see you. Picking that opposite leg up. Inhaling up. Exhale, we're just going to come forward. And this is where we hold and we settle here. Keeping everything nice and tall so we're not into that front leg. We're tall, hands are together as you are comfortable here. Good. Couple more breaths. Good. One more time, and then we're going to add some movement. Good, take it back and up. Nice. Be nice and mindful here of your range of motion. One side may have different range of motion than the other. And down. Good, coming up. This time we're going to hold it up and then do our twist. So open, grab that knee, opening the chest. Good, sweep it back down, coming up and down. Up, grab and twist, opening the chest. Good, coming up and sweep. Good. This time as we come forward, we're going to drop that heel, come to the top and the bottom. So as your heel, I want to make sure that my heel is straight out of my hips. So if your heels wander to the outside of your mat, bring it in and hinge forward. Good. Nice hamstring stretch. One side may be a little bit tighter. This side's a little bit tighter on me. So you might find your balance where you need to come up a little bit higher. And every day is a bit different, okay? So find your breath, find your balance. Good, come on up. Good, let's go ahead and come to your hands and knees, little cat and cow. Always coming back to cat and cow to work through any tightness in our spine. Good, one more time. And down. Good, come back into that flat back. Stretch your legs out, stretch your arms out, into puppy. So arms are stretched out, dropping to your mat, tailbone is high, pressing your elbows through your fingers into the floor. Letting any tension release out of the shoulders and the neck. Good, coming up onto your hands and knees. Let's go ahead and come onto a seated position. You can fold that blanket back up and we may use it again. So have it nearby. We're going to come into butterfly. So bottoms of those feet coming together, holding onto those toes, hinging forward at the waist. Looking at your toes as you press gently in between your thighs, your calves. Nice deep breaths. Good. Sitting up tall. Let's go ahead and cross your legs. And cross your legs how you are comfortable. If you want, you can also sit up on your blanket, which helps to open the hips up a little bit, makes it a little bit more comfortable. So if you find yourself in this position being a little uncomfortable, go ahead and sit on that blanket. Let's sit tall here for a deep inhale. And exhale, shoulders drop. Inhaling here. And exhale. Inhale, raising your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. So stretch those arms out. Let's come to the elbows if you can. If not, come to the hands. I want you to keep the back straight. Think of the whole upper body. So from your hips to your shoulders hinging forward. But keeping that nice straight line. Good. Settle here. Tension melts out of your shoulders. Walking both hands over to one side, and as I do, I bring that opposite arm with me. Sinking into this stretch. So as we stretch to one side, the opposite hip is what is getting the stretch in this pose. Coming around to the other side. This hip's always a little bit tighter on me, so it's harder to get that rotation, and you might find one side is a little bit harder than the other. And some days are a little bit harder to find that mobility. Good. Let's come back to the center and walk your hands up. Good. Let's go ahead and move to the floor. Lying on the floor, and you can take the blanket and make it a little pillow for your neck if you like. And as you lie back on the floor, I want you to hug your knees into your chest. So if you're using that blanket as a pillow, you can set that up. Hug those knees into the chest, and I want you to take a nice deep breath here. And exhale. Inhaling. And exhaling. I want you to go ahead and place your left foot onto the floor. Hug that right knee into your chest. Good. As you extend the leg to the ceiling, grab behind the leg, grab the hamstring, pull the toes towards your chest. So lifting that heel, extending from the hip all the way through the heel. You do not have to have this knee locked out. You can have a slight bend in the knee, and you're still going to get a nice stretch in the hamstring. Let's draw some circles with the ankle one way and circling around the other way. Good. Coming back to the center, and we're going to switch sides. So let's pull that left leg into the chest. You might find one side pulls a little bit farther than the other. Extending the leg to the ceiling, lifting the heel through the hip, pull the toes towards you. Again, one side maybe a little bit tighter. Draw some circles. Circles the other way. Good. Coming back to the center, let's do figure 4. So I want you to cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Grab behind the right thigh, pull it into your chest. Relax the head and neck. And that's where having this blanket as a support to my head helps the head and neck relax, because we're not having to stretch onto the floor quite as far. Great hip stretch here. Let's release and switch sides. Cross it over, pull it back, drop the head and neck, keep those shoulders away from your ears, and breathe. So just take some time here to breathe. Nice. Go ahead and release both knees into your chest. You can roll from side to side if you like. Good. And as you come back to the center, let's rest the feet flat on the floor. Or you can extend your legs all the way onto the floor. Let's do a little relaxation. Hands across your belly or at your sides. Palms are up or down, however you are comfortable here. Eyes gazing at the ceiling. Or you can close your eyes. And as you take a deep inhale here, and as you exhale, I want you to allow all the muscles of your body to relax. Inhaling. And as you exhale, relax your shoulders, your arms, your neck is supported. Relaxing your chest and your back. If you feel any tension in your lower back with your legs straight, go ahead and bend the knees. It takes the pressure off of the lower back. You can let those knees fall together. Relaxing through the legs, the hips to the toes. Any tension you feel, allow it to release and relax. To relax any tension of your face, your jaw hangs open. Your eyes fall deeply into the back of your head as you relax your temples, softening your forehead. As you take a deep inhale here, exhale, any tension releases and relaxes. To take some time here with your thoughts, allow your mind to wander. Any tension releases and relaxes with each exhale. And as you inhale here, as you exhale, wiggle your fingers and your toes, your arms and your legs, fluttering your eyes open if they were closed. Taking your time here. When you're ready, I just want you to roll onto one side, pressing yourself up slowly back into the seated position, grabbing your blanket if you would like to sit on your blanket. Let's cross the legs in front. Sitting tall, hands around your knees. Let's take a deep inhale here together. And exhale, our shoulders are dropping. Inhaling here. And exhaling. Again, my name is Stacy with Aspen Yoga. Thank you for joining me today. I hope your hips and your lower back feel a little bit looser. Remember to check out Aspen Fitness Yoga for some more videos to help loosen up the back and other parts of your body. Again, thank you for joining me, and I will see you again next time.